Perry parents file a federal lawsuit against the district for allegedly failing to report child sex abuse. Plus, police are investigating a homicide near Southwest 22nd and McKinley last night. And another cold front swept through the state earlier this morning. Matt's tracking just how cold it will get. News 9 this morning starts right now.
On the scene, on the story, News 9 starts now.
Good morning and thanks for joining us this Sunday, December 24th. I'm Chris Gilmore. Light drizzle is clearing out of the metro, but it's still really cold out there. Matt, how's the day looking?
Chris, day's looking better by every minute here. We'll take a look coming up at 7:15. Chris.
Thank you, Matt. Roads cleared up pretty quickly in Oklahoma City yesterday, but Tulsa had much more hazardous road conditions. We're told a 19-year-old was trapped in her car for more than half an hour after her car slid off the highway and hit a tree. Fire crews had to use their truck to pull her car away from the tree, but she's expected to be okay. The OHP say another wreck that slowed down traffic actually made it safer for drivers.
Slowing the people down to a minimum has really helped the collisions.
Crews were monitoring road conditions throughout the night. And developing right now, a federal lawsuit has been filed against the Perry School District for crimes that happened at the elementary school. Former teacher's aide Arnold Cowan is awaiting trial after pleading not guilty to sex crimes. Now parents claim administrators knew about the abuse and failed to report it. News 9's Jesse Mitchell has the latest developments.
New information is revealed in these documents that alleges now ousted Perry Super. In the newsroom, Jesse Mitchell, News 9.
And the former Perry superintendent Scott Chenoweth, named in the lawsuit, currently works as the assistant wrestling coach at the University of Central Oklahoma. We reached out to the university last night. A spokesperson tells us at this time they can't comment on the allegations due to the lawsuit. On to tracking crime in the metro. Police are investigating a homicide in southwest Oklahoma City. Officers say a woman's body was found inside a laundry room at an apartment complex near Southwest 22nd and McKinley. The victim's family called police when they couldn't get a hold of the victim. Right now, all police are saying is the injuries are consistent with homicide. The victim's name has not been released. And the OSBI is offering a reward on a cold case out of northeastern Oklahoma. Investigators say Jack Denny and Elaine Denny were found shot to death in Locust Grove on Christmas Day 2007. They're offering a $10,000 reward for information that helps develop new, credible leads. So far, no arrests have been made. And meanwhile, the Highway Patrol is investigating a deadly crash in southwestern Oklahoma. Troopers say 2 cars hit head-on just south of Geronimo in Comanche County yesterday. We know a 1-year-old boy and a woman died at the hospital. 5 others were hurt. Covering the Capitol, the author of a bill to reform DUI punishment says she will not give up. The state Supreme Court struck down the new law this past week. That law would have prevented hearings if a person's license is taken away. State Senator Kim David spoke to the Journal Record, saying the law was intended to reduce the resources spent on one-time offenders and divert the money to those arrested multiple times. Oklahoma City firefighters rescued 9 puppies trapped under a burning mobile home east of Lake Stanley Draper. Crews were called to the home near southeast of 104th and Hiawassee yesterday. The family told crews there were puppies under the home. These puppies are now recovering, but sadly a dog and cat inside did not survive. Coming up, all is clear in Oklahoma, but winter weather is causing travel headaches across the country. Plus, several Miss America officials are stepping down because of an email scandal. And next, we're whipping up some tasty holiday treats. Welcome back. I got my Santa hat on and I got my man here with me. Joining us is David Brooks with the Made in Oklahoma Coalition. This morning we're making gingerbread cookies.
Yep.
And it's a pretty simple recipe, right?
It's simple, a lot of ingredients, and you got to get them just right. So the best thing about these things, though, is how you decorate them. So if you want to be in charge of taking the perfect cookie and making it beautiful, I got you all kinds of toys there.
Okay.
I'll tell them how to make it. In this thing, and I put the directions everywhere so you can see it, 6 tablespoons of Highland butter, 1 3/4 cup of dark brown sugar, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons Griffin vanilla, and a 1/2 cup molasses. That's already in there being melted. And then now we're going to take the dry stuff to put in here. How about 3 cups of Shawnee Mills all-purpose flour? Never use anybody else's flour. Only Shawnee Mills. Yeah, my boss makes me say that. 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 teaspoons of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and you got to get this stuff really accurate. 1 tablespoon of ground ginger, 1 3/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and then the last one is 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. It's just a little bit of this stuff. There's not a lot of it.
Very fragrant.
It really is. I mean, as these come together, this stuff is really, really smelling good. Now you put the dry stuff here, I'll just mix it a little bit, in the wet stuff that we've already got mixing over here, and that's these 5 items. Pour it in slow or you're gonna have gingerbread all over the kitchen. Mix it really slow. There's no way to turn this thing up and just get it going. So, turn your beater on to low. And now this thing is kind of a weird mixture. This will stay powdered and really dry for most of the mixing time. And you gotta go about 7 minutes. So when this goes 7 minutes and turns into this beautiful brown colored stuff.
Look at that.
You're about ready to go. These have to be 1/4 inch thick. This is a dowel rod that you get at Home Depot, Lowe's, Hobby Lobby, any place like that. Use that as a guide to get your dough
that shape
just
right.
Yeah, and you get it just the right thickness. And I'll turn that off because that literally has got to go 6 more minutes. Now, look at there. See how that's just perfect all the way across? You're not getting cookies that are up, down, up, down. Push in your little gingerbread man. And I found this cool one that's got a protection so you don't cut your hand up.
Smart. Okay.
Put that on parchment paper. Set your oven for 375.
Okay.
Now, do a couple of these. And see, they're kind of ugly there. They got flour all over them. There's nothing ugly about Shawnee flour. They got flour. Just dust that off.
Nice and smooth.
Yep, 375. Now here's another thing about gingerbread cookies. If you do it for 7 minutes, you get a real soft cookie like this. This is just like gingerbread almost. If you do it for 12 minutes, that becomes a very crisp cookie. So do it slow or do it low for a soft cookie. Do it a little bit more to get a crispy one. That is a very scary gingerbread cookie.
Isn't it?
Isn't that pretty?
It's magically delicious, though.
It really is delicious, but you would want to eat that guy. He's kind of ugly. Anyway.
All right, thanks, David.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. You can find it all on your website, MIO Oklahoma.
MIOcoalition.com.
Coalition. Thank you. Well, taking a live look right now at our Air Comfort SkyCab network. Light drizzle made its way through the metro, but it's clearing out. Now Matt says it's just going to be cold and windy. It's full forecast coming right up.